family, and friends. Welcome to the Woke Nation, our nation of factual truth, where we feel free to share knowledge and spread the knowledge of factual truth without fear, without favor, and without faith. In a nation where no issue is too sensitive for us to talk about. Factual truth don't care about your opinions, about your perspectives, about your beliefs, about your faith, but facts. That's all. If it's not based on fact, it's not factual truth. It's not the truth to live by, and it's not the truth to spread. Okay. I want to share with us what I titled the issues of life, and one of my reason for speaking to us, you know, apart from opening our eyes, is to make us live the reality, living in the reality, not living the dream or in the dreams, what you see. I want to say something else also about dream that I don't know if you have heard it from someone else, but when it comes to dream, I've been sharing with us all what it takes. Is you are wondering thoughts, okay? So you're supposed to know that the dreams, most dreams you're having is just telling is about the type of sleep you're having. Sometimes when you say, "Oh, I have a horrible dream or nightmare," it's just because you did not have good night's sleep. Are using their word good, but if you have great sleep, you see, you always have sweet dreams. You see, when you tell people good night, what they respond, they say sweet dreams. Does mean you have great sleep. If you have sweet dreams, if you don't have uh, great dreams, it means you don't have you didn't have great sleep. So there are things in life you're supposed to understand, not what people have spiritualized, out of their illusion, out of their delusion, out of their hallucinations, and they take them serious. Stop taking dreams seriously. Stop taking it serious. Okay? Face the reality. When you wake up, you face the reality. Live the life. You don't need any dream or any revelation or vision to to try to invent things for quality living, things to help in life. You don't need those things. All you need to see the problem. Then you begin to work for the solution. That's all. I use us as example. Many of we have been taught away from our truth, but think about it. You see the things you met when you were born is still the same way in our land. Yet we're talking about people that are developing their own. Let me use farming as an example. Our people keep running away from farming because our people didn't make it to seem great to us. They didn't make it like, okay, you can even sell your farm product to make money, huge money. No, we don't see that. We see oil money, foreign money, all that. We don't see that. It is actually the product they have, they sell and make money. It has nothing, no, nobody, money is nothing. You don't need money to live. It's the things you make, at least, especially from nature, you live by them. Okay, so understand that life is not what they have taught us, it's not what they make you to believe. Stop taking dreams serious. Stop taking, or let me use the word too serious. Stop taking revelations too serious. Trance, things you didn't see in reality, but in your head by your wandering thoughts and all that. Okay, I didn't say don't pay attention to them or try to find out what is going to be, what is happening in reality. So, like farming, if I go back to my village, we still farming the same way I used to farm when I was a little. We don't have, okay, this is shoes where our people used to use the hoe to hurt ourselves, or sometimes you step on something that cut that harm you, or you scared of snake, coming to bite you or another. Okay, how about us dressing up properly so that even if snake bite, it will not touch us? We have not done small small things we're supposed to do. Why are we not doing those little little things? Because we believe. Hey, hey, our ancestors will come and direct us. God is coming to direct us. We're waiting for us, God's choosing. Somebody God anointed, God called to come and tell us how to think. Let us start with our basic needs in our families, in our villages. What are we doing to solve them? No, no, no. Go make money. Go make money. You can import it from Dubai. You can import it from China. You can import it from America. That shows that you have made it. We cannot even produce our own food anymore. Can't you see that? Ordinary fruit we used to dash even passerbys. Now most of us cannot afford it. Before, you see children maybe enter bush and whatever fruit that is bearing that time, you see them gather it. Even if your family don't have anything, they still have to eat. You can go to farms and find yam that people did not dig up. You dig it and that's yours. But look at what is happening to us today. You that think you are wiser than your ancestors or you know better than your ancestors, look at your life. You can't even go to your village anymore. They say now if you are rich, you have to pretend to be poor in Africa, especially like Nigeria. Because if you show that you're really rich, they're coming for you. They're coming to kidnap you. That's why you see those people that have money using police escorts, using armed bodyguards. That's not life. If you cannot freely walk in the street where you were born and raised anymore because of what you have, that thing is destroying your life. You don't need that thing. Thank my people. So let me continue. That's part of issues of desires people have. They call it issues of life. But I'm here to tell you that the issues of life, when I'm talking about the issues of life or life, is nature, is natural things. It has nothing to do with any spirituality, any religion, any God, any belief, any faith. To understand the issue of life, you have to go after knowledge. You have to dare to know. Know it all. I didn't say don't know, I said know it all. Do you hear that? But because belief system don't want you to know it, or political system don't want you to know it, or the educational system, they don't want you to know it, or the religious system, the religious leaders, spiritual leaders, they don't want you to know it, or they want you to believe. Keep trying, believe and live the dream and all that bullshit. No. Issues of life are natural great things, and you are part of it, of this life I'm talking about. You are life, you are the life. There's no life in you, you are the life. Understand that there is no life in you, and the issues of life are not troubles we face. Because when you believe the holy book or the holy lying book, it will tell you that you should guard your heart, for out of it are the issues of life. They tell you that what defies you is what comes from within. It's spiritual and religious bullshit. Nothing can defy you. Okay, and the issues of life does not come from your heart. Your heart pump blood. Okay, the issues of life is natural things. You are part of nature. So you are natural, you are great. Everything in nature is great. There is no good and the bad or good and evil in nature. It is in belief system you have good and evil. But in nature you have positive and negative. Negative is not bad thing. It's not bad for bad energy. No. Without negative, positive will not work. I didn't say will not exist. I said will not work. For anything to work in nature, you need positive and negative to come together, just like you. So you need the positive side of you and negative side of you. That people say, no, 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 it's not. It's what you don't understand. You call negative in the first place, or because you have that mentality that already train you in. You think anything negative is bad. Oh, they're talking negative about me. Mm-mm. If you're talking negative about me, then you're gonna talk positive about me. Both of them comes together. Those things that make you think that I'm not worthy, and the things that make you think I am worthy, bring them together. Then you will see the great me. You cannot see me down. I can never be a slave anymore. I'm no longer under the influence of my parents. I'm no longer under the influence of faith in God or belief in God or fear of God. I'm above all that. So the troubles we face are evil man-made. It has nothing to do with nature. It has nothing to do with life. Anyone that tells you life is not fair is lying. They don't understand life. They don't know life. Life is fair. Nature is fair. It's when you rise against nature or against life, that's when it becomes unfair. Of course, try to attack any living being, and you see if they will just accept it. Like unless you tie them down, but if they are free, they will fight back. They will not allow you to succeed. Trouble. These troubles of life, you have it through three desires you have, or the evil system they set up, like slavery, which is the first one I want to talk about in troubles of life. Slavery is not issue of life. There's no bondage in life or in nature. There's no slavery in nature. It is belief system that brought about slavery, which is dominion. That's why I say that their God created them and gave them dominion. So they see themselves, they want to dominate others. They want to dominate animals. They want to dominate plants. They want to dominate the world. And we call them white supremacy. And today, even average black person, when they see white, they treat it as something above them. And when they see darkness or black, they see them as something must be wrong with that. So slavery, just like marriage, is not an issue of life. You were not born to marry. You were not born to be a slave. So understand that maltreating your fellow human being as your property or slave is not issue of life. It is trouble of your desire. It's the trouble of another's desire. It is the evil man's idea. They think they cannot live without what they don't have. So they have to kill to have it. Slavery. The invaders, the enslavers of Africa are evil people, evil men. Yeah, they keep blocking us, or restricting us when they see certain things we share. Like I share that of a comfortable slave is still a slave. You know, where the two black guy, one is a police, the other one is a social worker, something like that, with degrees. So the guy was talking. You know, that's why I hate TikTok, because they actually hate anything black or Africans. You know, if you want to speak the real truth, they will. So they I think they mute the voice of it. They left the video. You know, where the guy was saying, you know, no matter who you are, do you think, oh, because you wear this badge, the white policemen see you as different? They still see you as nigger dog. Yeah, they're using you as black dog to catch your people. So understand that those invaders, they are the one that came with their evil. They are anti-nature. Whenever you hear me talk, say that something or someone is evil, I mean that person is against nature. They are working against nature. That's what we see in white supremacy. That's what we see in Christianity, in Islam, in Judaism, in spirituality, in all these religions. All of them are working against nature, although they try to attach themselves to nature. Nature is natural. Nature is not spiritual. So if you're talking about spirit, then spirit is spiritual. Nature is not spirit. Nature is natural. So call things what they are. Don't spiritualize it. Just like God, God is a fairy. God cannot be human. Human cannot be God. God cannot born. Human being born. Another word white people say God means, it means one or something that creates. But man is beyond that. Man gives birth. Animals give birth. They are beyond creatures. They are beyond even creators. They are living beings naturally. Okay, so I was thinking, those of you that believe that God created you in his own image and after his likeness, read your Bible very well. Then animals, he did not create animals in his own image and likeness, but he called them forth, right? He said the earth, bring them forth. and you are having sex like animals, you are dying like animals, you have breath they have. God did not breathe into animals, but you believe He breathed into you because they give you that lie called God, God concept, God delusion bullshit. Trash God and live humanly. Man made problems must be solved with or by a man made solution. There is no problem we cannot solve. It is belief system that make you believe you cannot solve that problem, that one God will solve it, or one spirit or one ancestor will solve it. No. If that problem is created by man, it can be solved by man. Every problem is man made and it can be man solved. Understand that. So when you are praying, you are denying yourself. That's what it means. You are praying for you are praying for what you can do, but you believe now, oh, I don't want to go through all the process of making it happen. Let me pray. Miracle will happen. Something will happen. No miracle happens. And stop calling what people has done miracle. People built wheelchair. They care, it's a miracle. People made medicine. Hey, it's a miracle. No, it's not. It is what people made. It is not any God. Miracle is what God alone can do. And there's no God that exists that can do anything. No God. That God you believe in, that God you worship, it cannot do anything, especially for you. So you are the one ascribing your efforts, your success to that God. You are praying for what you can do, but you choose to believe. It is easier to believe than to know and do. Because when you know, you must do. But when you believe, you don't have to do anything. So when they tell you prayer without work or faith without work is there, they are lying. It's because prayer did not work. It's because faith did not work. Then they attach it to your work. The same way spiritual people attach their belief to nature. The same way that you attach your belief or your faith to things does not make them real. Those things you attach it to them are real. That's why it is called illusion, misinterpretation of what exists. They tell you, oh, God is conscious, God is energy, God is a spark of life in you, blah, blah, blah. That's nonsense. God does not exist. If that God exists, let that God speak for himself. Why are you the one speaking for God, fighting for God, and hating people like me for God? I don't care about how much you hate me. I don't care. I'm above all that. Above you too. If you're a believer, I'm above you. If you're a human being, I am not above you. Wake up. Okay, so I want to also speak about war. War is not issue of life. It is the trouble of desire, trouble from evil people that comes to kill and possess. That's what they do. It's their book, kill and possess. They're serving the God of kill and possess. Go and kill all the children, kill all the men, kill all the women, kill everyone. Don't spare anyone because these people did not respect me. I've given you their land. Kill all of them and possess their land. War, war, war. Jehovah is the man of war. Yahweh is the man of war. Allah is the man of war. And where do war come from? They tell you, oh, God caused the war to end in all the ends of the earth. I think it's Psalm chapter 46, either verse 9 or verse 10. God is the cause of the war. He's the one that brings war. Everything, everywhere you see God war, there is God there. And God and the devil are one. God and Satan are one. God creates evil. So it's like when Donald Trump said that if he become president under one, the first thing he will end the war. You know he's a liar. It's like saying when you say Donald Trump will do something, it's like saying God will do something. No, he cannot. He only ran his base and all that. But people with common sense know he's just campaigning and talking bullshit and making money off gullible people who choose him as their savior, just as they choose God and Jesus as their savior. But look at war. It's not issues of life. You don't see people killing one another naturally, nowhere. Africans, you see that music I was playing in Pericoma. He said, aga m akọrọ unu ndị be ihe oke ala, ihe bụ oke. Ọ sị mgbe mmiri bụ oke. We weren't building fence and walls or boundaries. No, what we see as boundaries, river or water. When you are okay, you're on the other side, I'm this side, but we are still family. We don't go about fighting for one another, fighting over land. No, we Africans weren't doing that. They are the one that brought war to us. War, another word for war is God. They brought God to us. Even another word for war is money. But many of you don't know that God and money are slavery tools, and that's what they used to enslave us. God, they say that you have to love God or hate money, or you have to love money or hate God. The same book that tell you God creates evil, and money, love of money is the root of all evil. It's a root of all evil. They gave it to you. It's not the money we are using today in Africa is not our money because we are still slaves. The name we bear, the cultures we have, the traditions we have, they are not ours. You don't know, most Africans don't know even 1% of African things. Is Christianized African stuff or Islamized African things they call our culture and tradition. We are kings, we are gods. No, we are not. Slaves are gods. Do you hear that? That's why when they came to possess, they came to kill us. They say, ye are gods. You are slaves. Slaves are God. Free men are human beings. They don't need any God. They don't worship any God. They don't acknowledge any God. They don't seek after any God. And they do great things. That's what makes them free men. But look at what is happening in Yemen. In Yemen, how many of us talk about Yemen anymore? No, they won't tell you about that anymore. Look at what is happening in Ukraine as we speak. And that of Ukraine is, I, I see some Africans choose to be stupid instead of them to learn on what is happening. Fight in Ukraine, many of them are cheering. Putin is strong. He's stronger than America. America and they are scared of Putin. You are stupid. And even Putin is a black man. Do you think he will still be there? You don't think. And you're saying, you see, even they're blaming American others for what is happening in Ukraine when it was Putin that invaded Ukraine for whatever unprovoked. You're saying no, they want to belong to NATO. It will not happen. You are stupid. People are free to choose who is their friend or their enemy. You don't determine that unless they are your slaves, which Africans are. We are slaves, so we are waiting for Americans to determine for us, Europe to determine for us, Russia to determine for us. So we choose between our oppressors. Which one is my favorite? Oh, Putin is my favorite. Russia, America is my favorite. Yeah, Trump. England or London is my favorite. Queen or king. Look at us. How about the war going on in Africa? You Africans don't talk about the war going on in Africa. No, they are busy watching CNN, watching Al Jazeera, and the other what is happening in the world. But what is happening in their own village, they are not talking about it. They are not. None of them are talking about it. Because we are waiting for white people to tell us, all of you, go back to Africa. Then we can begin to, okay, now we are back to Africa. They say we cannot come to their land. How are we going to do it? I'm beginning to ask you, what is the function or the duty of the king of your town? Is the king of your town creating jobs for the youth? Before you talk about governor, before you talk about president, no, talk about the king of your village. Those people in the king's cabinet, what is their duty? Their duty is to tell, oh, this person is not behaving as we want. Send him our way or kill this person. What is the job? What is the duty of your king? Before he was made king, he's supposed to say, this is what I will achieve. And it's not supposed to be a lifetime something. But if you still believe is following your slave masters, why you are suffering when you don't have what your slave masters have? Your slave masters have good rules. They have working systems, but you don't. You still have the old one they gave you that keeps you under them. Wake up, Africans. How about homosexuality? Homosexuality is not issue of life. Being gay, being lesbian, that's from desire of I mean, for troubles of desire. People decided, like me, I've been a man, now I decided to be a woman. It has nothing to do with life. I was not born so. It was what I desire. Well, I want to be like that. Some women want to become men because they see that women are being treated as weaker vessels. So I want to be strong. I know I'm not weak. Women are not weaker vessels. Men are not weak. Men and women are great. We are greater than what is written. We are better than what is written about us. Understand that. Your desire, your feeling to be opposite you or opposite nature is your choice. It has nothing to do with life. It is not issue of life. Every issue of life is great. Like having sex is great, right? That's issue of life. Okay, another thing I want to talk about: family problems. Family problems. Think about it. Family problem is not issue of life. The family problem you're having in your family, at least let me start with, go to fear of God. You see, that is the main problem you're having in your family. You see family fighting. Hmm? That family, they say they have faith. Yet that faith could not keep them together. They're divided. This one is Catholic. This one is Anglican. This one is Deeper Life. This one is Pentecostal. This one don't speak in tongues. This one is Muslim. They divided us. And because we have that fear of God, we are having problem. What do we end up doing? We end up blaming ourselves, not that God. So if there is God at all in your family, the one your parents introduced you to, why are you still having family problem? And that your family problem, you refuse to blame God, who's supposed to know all things and able to do all things, who's supposed to be helping you. He's not. You are the one praying to that God, praising that God is still fighting to keep unity, fighting to solve problem. God is not doing any of that. You believe he said, let there be light, and there was light. Yeah, this God have not said, let there be peace in your family, let there be prosperity in your family, and there it is. It never happened. It is you who is struggling, hustling to put food on the table, to make sure things are working in your family. It's not any God. Fear of God, your family problem. That's the root of your family problem. Fear of God. Because if there is no fear of God in your family, all of you will be using your brain. And to know that your brother is your brother, your sister is your sister, your parents are your parents, your siblings are your siblings, your children are your children. And all of you will be working together to live in harmony, to live in prosperity. It's not like that today. People, you see them, they believe in God. I have my own. My brother have his own. My sister have his own. Then it's only when they are in need, they, okay, come help me. But when it's moving well with you, they forget about you. They don't care about you. And when they are in problem, you must solve it. Free yourself from that bondage. Fear of men also, which is fear of government. Because how you keep electing people you claim they are serving you, why they are living better than you? Why should your servants be living better than you? If those politicians are serving you actually, you think they will be spending millions to campaign and win that seat? They will not. It's ridiculous for you to believe that you give somebody power to serve you. No, power is not meant to serve. Power is meant to rule. Anyone you give power to rule over you. And that's why they subjugated women and make men to have power over them. So your desire must be upon your husband. Okay, my Lord, my Lord. Because husband, another word for husband is God. And the wife is slave. So you see that society pressure. Oh, this is what we are wearing now. This is what we are building now. This is they tell me build upstairs. I say I'm not. Why should I build upstairs? I was thinking if I get old, I can't even climb the stairs anymore. Then somebody that didn't labor to build that thing like I do, with like little children running around, even be there making fun of me, mocking me, I'll be there. Oh, God of Elisha, let two she bears come out and eat these children. Plan well. We don't even think about future. You are thinking about this is how society wants it now. Okay, see the society we are in now, trans, gay, so all of those things coming up. There's nothing you can do. You say no, they are winning elections too, and things are changing. That's why you're supposed to think about future before you do anything. How about sex toys? That's another one I was arguing with my woman, and I show it some people, and all of them sounding the way society wants us to sound. I saw somebody shared that video about a little girl. I don't know if it's an adult, but some adults have little body. But she was holding iPhone Pro Max in her hand, and with a dildo she was riding on. So I shared, oh, they say, oh, no, this is wrong. At her age, she's not supposed to. I say, see, you see how you react. That children, little children, should not have sex toys, right? Sex toy is not issue of life. Remember, toys, every form, all toys are just what people devise or what people design, for whatever, So, how about war toys? You buy the war games, you see them playing it. Children are playing sports games and all that, whatever they acted, they are playing it. But when it says, oh no, at their age, they don't supposed to have sex or no, but they were born with sex organs. So they were born not to use it and wait until a certain age. I said, who said the age limit? So adults are having sex, but children cannot have sex. Then adults can pee, children can pee. Adults sleep, children sleep. But that's how you know. Many people that claim to be awakened, they are not. What they mean awakened is they don't like the way religion treats them. So they try to look for something else. But they still hold belief. They still hold morality. There's no morality in nature. Morality is not issue of life. It's not things of life. It's not natural thing. It's a spiritual, religious thing. And they are designed to cage you. So I keep asking that question. Who set the age limit for sex? Who set it? If you are born with penis and vagina, of course, you're supposed to be using it the same way you are using your penis and vagina to urinate. You can use them also to have sex. But you say, no, you don't want to be pregnant. Then use your brain, create something that you can put in them or they can use that when they have sex, they will not conceive. It's common sense, but you don't think about common sense. You are thinking about morality. You're thinking about your belief or your perspective. This is how I see it. Life is not how you see it. Life is life for you to live. So think about it. You say no child says, oh, it's because we are controlled. No adult says too. Even they try to bring it adult, one man, one wife. I don't need a wife to have sex. I don't have to marry to have sex. It's a natural thing. We were born with these organs. But these people creating the troubles of life make it. You see children grow up confused. Had it been you let the children to be how they're supposed to be, you won't be having problem today being I'm against gay, I'm against lesbian, I'm against transgender, bullshit. What did you teach them? You didn't teach them anything. You were busy chasing money. They were going to, you are sending them to daycare. They were going places. One of the things I used to encourage our daughter is this because we were taking, she was going to many places, with issue between me and her mom too. But I always tell her, do you know one of the reasons all these places you go, you have to be learning. You see how they treat people. Sometimes she will tell me, oh, I went this woman, blah, blah. I say, yeah, you learn from them. When you grow up, will you treat somebody like that? So all those things that you see people creating, morality garbage. You see many of you are still holding it. It's a belief hook. It's a hook of faith. Hook, H-O-O-K, of faith. When you're talking about morality. Muslims have their own morality. Christians have their own morality. People have their own morality. It has nothing to do with reality. In reality, we are born with natural organs to live naturally. So why are you limiting us? Why are you intimidating us? Why are you confusing us? And why are you controlling us? Let us be free and live our lives. Now, how about achievements? Achievements are not issues of life. You went to school, you get your degrees and blah blah blah. You're making money, and so what? It doesn't make you better or greater than any other human being. It doesn't matter how rich you are, you know. All of us, we came from the earth, we return to the earth. So we're supposed to be living as a people, a community of people, devising and doing what works for us. That's what we're supposed to focus on. Not all these, here's, this is how you are. This is how these people live. We want to live like them. Mm-mm. You can brag about education, but it's still indoctrination. That doesn't make you intelligent person. Okay, you were born to be intelligent, but all that educational system, spiritual system, belief system, all of them confuse you, and you are not confused. You think because you went to school and get that, oh, you have achieved what? Okay, that you have achieved it, but it has nothing to do with nature. It cannot change who you are. You see, they educated you, now you begin to change your hair. You see African women wearing India hair, or another human hair they made somewhere. But how about your own hair? You were born with one. Even if you say you have a hair loss, okay, it's a hair loss. It's not bad thing. People spending money when they don't need to spend money on what they don't need to spend money. Before, our women don't say, oh, I don't have money to make my hair. Well, that's what we have sisterhood for. They go to stream together, they do things together, they braid their hair together, they do whatever together. But today, no, I want to make my money, I want to have my own. I want to have my own. You still pay somebody to do that. When I like the way somebody put it, say, why pay cheap if you can get it free? The things of life are free. The real things, the great things, the most valuable things in life are free. It is evil men that add price to it or tag to it, like gold, oil, silver. Those natural resources we have, they are free. They're supposed to be free. But how many of us can afford gold today? Because the invaders came kill us. Before, we used to play with gold. But today it's no longer like that. They are wearing our diamonds, they are wearing our gold, and we are wearing nothing unless what they made, they gave to us, and we are managing it, claiming to be a people, but we are not. So, you see, when it comes to achievement, if you are not educated, then they see you are not qualified. What school did you attend? What university did you attend? What college did you attend? Nonsense. So today you see that uneducated are underachieved. The uneducated people are no longer encouraged, they are suppressed because, oh, what is your degree? You have to go school, have to earn this, you have to be, so you can begin to make six figures or become billionaire and all that. But that has nothing to do with issue of life. Nothing. That, yeah, they are your achievement, okay. But COVID-19 show you that in the real thing, those your achievements are bullshit. They cannot even put food on your table. But if you grow your own food, you will always have food on the table. You will stay alive. All you need to stay alive is food and water, period. Money cannot keep you alive. No, it cannot. The things, your achievement, they can never keep you alive. No, it is food and water. Eat your achievement, let me see. Eat your money, let me see. It's impossible. You cannot eat them because they are not part of you. Especially in Africa, you are unqualified if you don't know how to speak good English, fluent English. Many of them will not like to listen to me after they hear some errors or bad English from me. This is not educated like that. It's just a tout. Leave him alone. Yeah, a tout is better than educated people. Who are the people that have been ruining this world? Who are the people destroying this world? Educated people. Educated everywhere in Africa, outside Africa. Who are the people making life miserable? To solve our problem is common sense. Tell me the reason why anybody in Africa should be suffering. Tell me why. with all the resources Africa have. Yet we are suffering. Why? Because educated people, the educated leaders, they represent our oppressors, so they're the one in charge of all those things. But we all, Africans, supposed to be in charge of all our resources. Why should few people be in charge of our resources and we are suffering? And we call it achievement. Tell me who is destroying the world? The judges, politicians, government people. They're the one destroying the world, not intelligent people. It's educated people with the achievement. I achieved this. So when you speak the truth about them, they say you are jealous of the achievement. Where were you when they were suffering? Who asked you to suffer? Who asked you to suffer those things you say you suffer? It's things you chase to be where you are. That doesn't mean you are better than any person or even that mad person in your village or in your street. You are not better than them, but you think you are. So understand that many people have been foolishly educated and they think, oh, they are achieving great things, they are doing mighty things or something like that. Godly, educated people. See them. They're educated, but they believe in God and are the one ruining the land, destroying the land. Tell me why there should be somebody suffering in a village or in a town or in a country where you have billionaires. Tell me. You say, oh, because those people work hard, that's why they are billionaires. No, they are part of ones who are destroying this world. No matter how you try to see it or defend it. You say, no, it's your opinion. Fact, don't give a fuck about your opinion. I'm not stating my opinions. I'm not living by your opinion, and I should not give you one. I'm asking you to think, giving you factual truth, pointing you to factual truth. If you think education is a great thing, then why is the problem still in this world? Even the educated people are suppressing the people that have science, that's knowledge, people that know what to do to solve the. They don't want you there. No, no, no. We don't want to solve the problem. We want to be treating it. For example, in Nigeria, they still have bad roads. The bad roads that have been there before you were born. And every year they are giving contrast to build that road. You see Nigerians claiming, oh, I'm engineer. Who are the engineers building great roads in Nigeria? Foreign companies. Julius Berger. Is this CCC or whatever? You know, even today now companies from China building our infrastructures and all that. And we claim to have UNN, UNILAG, blah, blah, blah. University of this, university. I'm engineer. I graduated. It must be God. I give thanks to God that I made it. God, I give you glory. Suffering and smiling people. Godly people. They are godly, educated people who are destroying this world. For us to rebuild this world, we must trust God. And those people are coming, like myself, uneducated people, but intelligent, that know how to solve problems. There is so easy, simple for us to solve our problem. You don't know how to solve it, your brother or your sister know how to solve it. So that's how we want us to wake up so that we can come together and solve our problems. Understand that the people today measure humanity by your achievements and the educational level. Education, okay. You don't understand English. You are not qualified for this job. We don't even need those jobs in the first place. We can create our own job. We can live as a people. You say you that talking, what have you done? Because you don't know me. Even when I was doing business with my father in Ugwabu Obosi, old motor spare parts, I made my own money. I was building my own thing that I was selling to taxi drivers or people that drive 504 then, Peugeot. I was making a lot of money. And that's one of the reasons why things that corrupted me. I used the money to do clubbing and all that, you see, because I know I like enjoying life. Okay. The things of this, the issues of life are not spiritual things and are not your personal desires or personal perspective. No, the issues of life are right there, like, sex, people coming together using their common sense, growing their own food, doing their own thing, building their own thing, making them for themselves, not individually, but collectively as a people. They stand. Anything coming against them, they stand together and fight against that thing. But with this nonsense they gave to us today, troubles of life that many of us have believed to be issues of life, they are not. So try to know the difference between issues of life and troubles of desire. I don't mean troubles of life. There's no troubles of life. Life is not throwing anything at you. Check your desire. At the root of your problem is either God or your desire. Which one it is? I want you to face the issues of life, natural things. Natural things. It's natural for you to be with your own people, for you to support your own people, not their belief system, not their myopic views or the opinions. No, the things, natural things that matters to us, things that will help us to live as a people. And this is what I want to share with us today. And I encourage you to face the reality, not the dream. Live the reality, not the dream. Gordon.